Come on up to the front. It's okay. I'm not going to hit you. I might spit on you a little bit, but not like that. Not like that. John, can flip your light one more time. It's like we went from junior high to kindergarten.
I was just going to say that.
Like snow.
You're fine there, you're fine over there. Either one. Plenty up front, Natasha.
What is it?
Okay.
That's not Eric.
I'm good. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, welcome. The sound is my own phone. Read by example or something like that. How many guys are new? Ah, oh, we got all the vets here, huh? Not that many new people. That's okay. Well, welcome. I appreciate you guys coming in. We have something super exciting that we're doing tonight, guys. And we're going to do this moving forward at every meeting. We're going to have a house of the month. All right? So before we used to have everybody talk about our deals, and then there were so many damn deals that was taking the whole meeting. So we put everything on our website, which we'll get to in a second. But now we're going to have a live auction. At the start of every investor meeting, we will put a house up. Next month is going to be a house in Warren that's already turnkey and rented. This one here is a flip opportunity in the beautiful city of Detroit on Hamburg Street. We're going to chop everything off at 10 o'clock tonight. Bidding starts at $20,000. Renovation costs $60,000. ARV is $129,000. And it is gutted. The drywall was all removed today. As you can see, photos here, offer here, and you can also see it at Insider's Inventory. And if you make an offer on Insider's Inventory, that will also count for the auction as well. Any questions?
Thank you. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. No clapping, huh? It's depressing. I pay him. So me too. All right, let's get it going. Stop your phones. We already did that. All right. If you're new, again, here's our Facebook page. I don't know how many people we're up to, but maybe it's 7,000, I'm guessing. Take a scan of that. Any questions you have about real estate, anything you need about real estate, if you're looking for agents, vendors, whatever, that's where you want to see stuff, okay? And we also post updates about this meeting, as well as the Monzo group, and a ton of off-market properties as well. Good, get it? All right, here's your Insider's Inventory. That's where the rest of these houses are, for the off-market stuff. If you want a package of 20 houses, you want a package of 100 houses, you want those turnkey properties, scan it, check it out, insidersinventory.com. And again, all the pictures for everything are up there, as well as the rent rolls. Two, let's go. All right, here's our upcoming speakers. If you RSVP right now, we're going to start utilizing Eventbrite at a higher level, guys. We hit you guys up with the text, we hit you guys up with the emails. We're just trying to consolidate some things and make life a little bit simpler. So we're trying to work everything into Eventbrite. Our next meeting, we're going to have Nicole Machini. Nicole, there. Round of applause for Nicole. And Lee Baby. We are rolling out an awesome program. It's going to be a lease to buy program. This is not your typical lease to buy BS where somebody's welcome. You VIP?
Sometimes.
Always. Oh, in my book, always. There's someone in the front seat too.
That's right.
So it's not a lease to buy where you're doing a typical lease with an option to purchase. This is an actual federal program, an actual loan. Your tenants can actually purchase your rental properties with a real loan. So it's an awesome program. We're super excited to be a part of it. And Nicole brought this to me probably 4 months ago?
Actually,
take?
it's only June.
Okay, I'm a liar. All right, moving on. We have our Halloween party in October. And then as you guys know, the world famous John Graham is going to be talking about flipping homes and investing 101 in November. And then we're going to have our Christmas party in December. Exciting stuff. And again, an RSVP now. Go, go. 50-50 raffle, Miracle on Monzo Street. That's my son out there running around. You coming in?
Come on. That's for the
He
kids.
sounds the invisible people out there.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that's no big deal. Hold the ticket.
Yeah.
He gives you a piggyback ride.
You get one.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You can do it at the end.
Yeah, you
Think
feel
right
great.
there. Right there. Just sit right behind Ali. Rub his shoulders. All right, so here's your tickets, guys. Again, 50-50, 50% of the proceeds goes to kids in need during Christmas time. We buy the presents, we take them to their families. It's an awesome, community event. So, go ahead and go. All right, so you guys are the smart people. You guys are the ones investing in the Tri-County area. You guys are the one putting your money where your mouth is. I take your guys' opinion over anybody's opinion. And so this is your way to show if you think the market's headed in the right direction, if it's super hot, or if it's chilling out. So let's see where we're at.
6.
You guys can't not do it now because you have the digital thing.
See?
6. You always cheat, man. You always cheat.
He was the only one that
I'm the smartest guy. I'm the smartest guy with all the answers. There's no way they can go through and do that anymore, right? Unless they vote.
Yeah, no, they have
That's
to,
required.
they have to
Okay.
do it.
Thank you. So that's the accurate information now.
They have
Because
to do it.
who thought the signing process was hard?
No, I
You
you
can't
know
be
what?
standing up. So
What I was saying is,
you know,
if you already have met, already we have registered one time, second time should be a little
we
bit.
still you gotta still vote, man. And I gotta check your attendance.
Yeah.
And the house commission in charge when we sell your houses. More and more and more. Okay, so as you can see the market temperature here, guys, we have another dip into August. I gotta tell you, August 6. That tells me that you guys are not super optimistic about things. Because August, everybody is pumping away, and we're trying to get everything sold before school takes off. How many of you guys are doing pretty well with your rentals in August? Raise your hands. Filling your doors. Okay. Yeah, I've noticed a nice uptick as far as our tenants jumping into some of our vacant houses. I think Sandy's filled like 5 of mine in the last week, which is cool. 2 of yours, cool. Yeah, which is good. You know, we'll take the wins. We'll take the wins where we can, even though the market's not running away. All right, let's go.
So last year in August, we were up 5.5. So we're up.
I mean, we are up or we're delusional, right? One of the two. But that's interesting. Yeah. All right, we're gonna dive right into the numbers, guys. These numbers are numbers that we made. Eric, not this Eric. I don't work that hard. Spends a ton of time putting these numbers together and crunching them. This is not just random MLS shit. He worked really hard to do this. So give him a round of applause. And if you see anything that's wrong, even if it's a percentage, point it out so he feels bad. All right, we deducted. We deducted from his pay. Okay, new listings are flat, guys, from June to July. Remember, this is month-over-month data, not year-over-year data. Month-over-month data. Pending sales. Holy shit. Look at that. You're down 10%. A 10% drop from June to July for pending homes. That's monstrous. Okay. Days on market. That's not a great sign, huh?
No.
Why the hell are we going up from June to July?
Interest rates.
12%. Whoa, look at that. All right. Average sales price, though. So here's your anomaly. Here's your average sales price actually went up, which is strange. You got days on market going up, you got pending sales dropping, you got new listings flat, and the average sales price still went up. So that's kind of, those things don't go together. That math doesn't add. But let's see where we are with the rest of the areas. And right down here, you have 1,600 new listings, and you only paid 972. You're a big winner of adding inventory. So Macomb County is at 2.7 months of inventory. Doesn't sound like a ton historically. It's not a ton. It's still a low amount of inventory, but it's been growing rapid. It's been growing rapidly about 0.1 every single month, since it was down to 1.6 probably 5 months ago.
Yeah.
Give or take. So, all right, any questions? Let's go. Oakland County, again, flat. New listings are flat. Pending sales, huge dip again. Ironic, that's the same damn data, right? Days on market, flat, 22 versus 23. And then your average sales price is still going up in Oakland County too. Even though you're not absorbing the inventory, nowhere near. If you have 1,500 pending sales and 2,600 new listings, that's a shitload of extra inventory, which increased it from 2.7 months of inventory to 3. So again, now we're crossing the 3s for Oakland County. How many Oakland County investors we got here? Few. Okay. Don't worry, man. Don't look down on you guys. It's no big deal. All right, Wayne. All right, we're doing all of Wayne, and I think we actually did. We normally do just Detroit, but now we're doing Wayne because our Livonia office is open, and we also added Detroit back in too because you guys wanted it back. So, all right, so you're welcome. To Eric from Eric. 2,959 new listings, flat. Pending sales down again, 11%, guys. All 3 of them down huge. Closed sales even down obnoxiously for Wayne County. Price still moving in a positive direction, but look at that month supply of inventory. 3.4 to 3.6. You're getting some really, really big movement with these inventories growing on a rapid basis. Should inventory be growing in the summer? No, it shouldn't. Should not be growing in the summer. Let's go. See what Detroit's looking like. The city of Detroit. New listings down. Pending sales down. Closed sales down. You got 475 homes under contract in the city of Detroit. You have almost 1,200 new properties going on the market. How's that mapping? It's good, right? It's a great deal. You guys should do some more flips. We got one for $19.9. Bidding's going up every second. Look at this. Days on market. 52 days on market. Average sales price though. It's all doom and gloom. So everybody realize if they bought that house last month, they made 8.5% return on it. And I say this over and over and over again. The inventory of the city of Detroit continues to get better. People continue to invest. They're priced out of doing flips in the suburbs. So everybody's jumped into the city with all the homes that they've tore down and the investment, and don't count it out. But here's some more doom and gloom. We're making a shit sandwich, right? Nobody knows what that is? Kind of like an Oreo with anyway. Okay, month supply of inventory. 6.8 months of inventory in the city. So that, guys, is a lot of inventory. 3 months of inventory is not a lot of inventory. But almost 7 months is definitely a buyer's market, which is crazy that you still see this. And I think this is skewed because you have so many new developments going online when you got, Hudson building condos selling for
$2 million.
Exactly. Skews the whole damn city rapidly. How many of those do you need to sell to jack up all the comps?
Just one.
Which one?
Yeah, whatever. One city.
All right. Inventory is better, and we have new product coming online. Any questions?
I just quick, maybe I didn't get it. How you calculate the month supply of inventory, 6.8 months?
So 6.8 months, you take an average of the amount of homes that are sold every week,
Okay.
and then you say, how long would it take if not one more home got listed from today moving forward, and people just continued to buy at the same pace that they purchase homes? Well, when you do that, in exactly 6.8 months, there will not be another home in the market. Okay? So if Trump said that we're not allowed to sell houses anymore, except for the ones that are already on the market, in 7 months, it would be really sad. It would be very sad.
6 months is a buyer's market, right?
Right about 5 to 5.5, depending on what area you're in. That's good. This is some interesting data too. Who's feeling warm and fuzzy inside? You guys all happy about investing in real estate? So easy. Yeah.
Not really.
Not really? Okay. I am. I don't know. Whatever. If you do it all the time, it doesn't matter, guys. I say that if you're always buying, it doesn't matter. It's cost averaging with stocks. If you buy Google at $10 and you buy it at $100 and you buy it at $1,000 and it goes down to 500 and you buy it again, you're doing damn good. And there's no difference in that in real estate. If you're always buying, it doesn't matter. Okay? It's cost averaging. Trip around the headlines. Foreclosures nationwide are up year over year, 21%. Foreclosure starts are up year over year, 18%. That's nationwide. Kind of scary, right? But then again, you know, we're going to do the news cycle, a little fear mongering on you guys. And then you actually look at the numbers and you say, okay, not so scary. Here's 2008, 1.3 million homes were in foreclosures. And then you go over here and you go, oh shit, guys, 227,000 ain't nothing. It's nothing. Last year was 187, 177, 185, 164. So yeah, it's up. It's up. But it's also up in the majority of areas that have 3 months of inventory. So not that big of a deal. Okay? And then I can't read this, so I don't know what the hell it is. But I think this is, I remember this one. Okay, whatever. So this is 2007. See this? This is the amount of days it took for a foreclosure to actually happen. 180 days, jacked all the way up to 2017. It was up to 1,000 days. There's so many damn foreclosures, right? Then it dips again, 2023. It's up to 1,200 days. Why is that? No guesses?
Always.
Yeah, good call. COVID. Oh, we're not doing any foreclosures, man. Give them a shitload of money. Well, finally, 2023, they started kicking things back up, and it was taking forever to catch back up. So that's a lot of the reason why we have as many foreclosures as we do too, because all that pent up, demand for those foreclosures, the banks hit kind of a pause on a lot of things, and so they weren't, they were just adding that backlog. Okay, so now we're at 563 days. Foreclosure. Just FYI. Go. All right. Before I leave you, I'm gonna give you a little bit more optimism. Okay. Florida has the most foreclosures in the country, followed by South Carolina and Indiana. Who here is investing in Indiana? Nobody knows, right?
Is Indiana booming right now?
I mean, obviously not. Florida's booming, but obviously not. But Michigan, the Great Lakes state, has 6,318 foreclosure filings. We are only up, guys, 4.3%. So the country is up 21%. We are only up 4.3%. Feeling pretty damn good about it. All right? Yeah, exactly. Fist pump, whatever. Should have some. Why don't we have any noise effects or anything like that? I feel like it's a disappointment, you know? Oh, okay. No. That was already in there too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm embarrassed.
I never understood. That was such a
All right. Let's go. I didn't think I actually knew that. All right, let's give a quick little wrap up here before we pass the baton. Builder confidence edged up to 35, still below 50, which is a cautious outlook. Current sales conditions rose to 39, buyer traffic held at 23. Not great numbers for builders. Okay. Consumer sentiment index fell to 51 in August from 55.2 in July. Again, not normal. The year ahead inflation expectations rose to 4.3 from 4.2. Not the end of the world, but again, we're still going in the wrong direction. Long run inflation expectations held at 3.3. And here is your unemployment rate. Look. Macomb County, 5.3% unemployment. Oakland, 3.9. And Wayne County, winning at 6.4%. Wrap up. Yeah, we'll start with that. Consumers turn more cautious in August. Massive dip in pending deals, 10 to 15% drop. High interest rates, we were talking about this earlier today with our Michigan Mortgage Pro buddies. 6.7% is where we're at with interest rates right now. That's the highest in how long? 19, I thought it was 19 months, I thought. I saw it. Whatever.
19.
Call me a liar. Days on market is up absolutely everywhere, and inventory is rapidly increasing. But we're still headed in the right direction price-wise. So, I don't have on here, I'll leave you with one more thing. I read a Housing Wire article today that they just changed the this is nationwide. Expected appreciation, Zillow's last forecast was 1%. Okay? And I think that came out like 3 months ago. I just saw another one come out today in Housing Wire that said 5.6% appreciation. Why? Any guess?
Inflation.
You got 4.2% inflation or 4.3% inflation. All right. All right, let's go. Any questions? All right. This nice, attractive lady works in our office on a daily basis. She is a real estate lawyer, and she knows her stuff, and she has blessed us with some of her time today to give us a little bit of education. So give her a round of applause, Michelle.
Thanks, everyone. I am going to use the microphone. So,
Get it.
My name is Michelle Donovan. I have been a practicing attorney for about 26 years. I know I don't look that old. Soft lighting in here. I am licensed to practice before the United States Supreme Court, state of Michigan, and Texas. I have done real estate law since the beginning of time. I've been around a long time. My mom retired from Greco Title, so I grew up in a title insurance background. I bet whatever messy deal you've had, I've done it at least 5 times more. So those of you that are investing, let me back up just so I give you guys a little bit more background. I've been published, I've been interviewed, I've been in the media, I do real estate law, I do corporate work, I do litigation, I am a corporate lawyer, I'm a litigator, and I do transactional, which is a little bit different. Most lawyers will do one or the other. I don't do family law, I don't do criminal, but I will do a traffic ticket. That kind of sums it up. What I have for you tonight,
What industry do you litigate?
Pardon me?
What industries do you do litigation?
I do litigation in corporate, so I do business litigation between LLCs. I do cannabis litigation. I do regulatory compliance. I do member oppression, the whole thing when you're fighting up with your business partners, which I might touch a little bit on that today. And probate work too. So I do probate work, which I was going to talk about tonight. I also was an adjunct professor at my law school while carrying a full docket for about 15 years. And what I taught mortgage and land contracts, and I taught modern real estate transactions. And what I have for you tonight is kind of an overview that I would do for my students before they were getting ready to take their exam. But you're not going to take an exam tonight, nor do I want to stand up here for 20 minutes and talk at you. So I would like this to be interactive. If you have a specific question that you might have, or if you have a fact pattern that you've had in some of your deals, we can go over that. But what I promised originally when I was talking to Eric, what I wanted to do is I want to do a little bit of business hygiene. And what I mean by that, though, I'm going to give you some free legal advice, so pay attention. And to prevent a lawsuit in the future, how many of you invest as a single member LLC? Raise your hand. How many of you are investing as an individual? Okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Why do you not want to invest as an individual? Anybody?
Exposure.
Exactly. So you never want to put your name on anything. You want to create an LLC. Or some people say, but I pay taxes as an S Corp. Yeah, that's how you pay taxes. That's not how you set up. So let me just back up. I will go over this mortgage stuff in a minute, but let me just back up so you get some real life experience that normally would cost you like $600 to sit down with an attorney. Okay. Those of you that are investing, you need to create an entity. You need to create an LLC. I don't think anybody in here has created a company. What I mean by a company, you're incorporated, right? Anybody in here a company?
I have before.
Are you currently investing as an Inc. Incorporated?
I was, but I sold it out.
Okay. Are you investing as an Inc.
Same here, LLCs.
LLC? Down in the back?
Just my ink is different.
So dissolved.
Not real estate.
Okay. So let me just give you some lingo. if you are in an LLC, you are a member and you have a membership interest. If you're in a company, you have shares, and you have to have like real shares. Like somebody paid $500 and they got 500 shares, that might be worth 5%, okay? That means you can create a board. You can have a director, you can have a president, you can have a CEO. That's a company. If you are an LLC in the state of Michigan, you are either member managed or managed by members. Does everybody know the difference? Those of you that are LLCs.
Member manager managing them. Right? Or is that?
They're two different things.
Please.
So let me just ask you, how many people are in LLC with more than one person? Okay, I'm gonna pick on this side room. I'm gonna pick on you. How many members do you have in your LLC?
2.
Okay, who is the managing member?
Me.
Okay, you have that written down?
Mhm.
Okay, and then what happens if you can't manage? Like what happens if, you know, you get incapacitated or God forbid you go to jail? So, I mean, worst case scenario.
Well,
But what's gonna happen?
it passes to the other partner.
Does it explicitly state that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have an operating agreement. Okay, how many of you have LLCs with no operating agreement? Yeah,
We used to have one with no operating agreement.
well, we don't want to give away the trade secrets. So, when you create an LLC in the state of Michigan, you have to file articles of incorporation. By filing an article of incorporation, that just means that that name that you picked has been reserved to you, and then you go online, you check some boxes. Yes, sir.
Isn't that articles of organization, not incorporation?
Um,
LLC is organization.
there are articles of incorporation. What did you say, Deborah?
Organization, because incorporation is incorporated.
Yeah.
LLC is
Well,
organization.
You're gonna go online and you're gonna click a bunch of boxes.
Yeah.
So everything now is done online. In the past, we used to upload forms, we used to mail them to the state of Michigan. But yes, you're gonna click a bunch of boxes, but you're basically stating your name is being locked down to you, and you are creating an entity. Everybody with me so far?
Yes.
What happens with the disconnect is after that is done, most of my clients, most people I come across, do not take the step further, hold your peace, and they do not create an operating agreement. So let me see those hands again.
Can't you not get a bank account if you don't have an operating agreement?
Hold on, we'll get there in a minute. We'll get there in a minute. This is baby steps. First, you gotta think of your name. So I'm gonna create an LLC. I'm gonna call it MRD LLC. I'm gonna go online, I'm gonna click a bunch of boxes, and I'm gonna make sure my name is reserved to me for an LLC. Limited liability company falls under the statute in Michigan, tells us how we govern LLCs. I just created an entity by filing with the state of Michigan, which I am required to do. Now I need to draft an operating agreement. So everybody in here that created an LLC has done their operating agreement, except you, sir. You don't have an operating agreement.
I believe I do, but I'm not.
It's me.
Okay, well, here's the deal. The operating agreement is your Bible. It tells you what your members can do, what they can't do, what happens when somebody's not able to be a member, how you can buy into your LLC or into your company, what happens if somebody's arrested, what happens if they're bankrupt. And the biggest thing is, if you don't have any type of estate planning in your LLC, are you in as you individually? Are you in as your trust or another entity in your operating agreement?
Another entity.
You're very smart. We're going to use you as an example. Okay. So, because what happens is, if him and I are in an LLC together, and something happens to me, I get hit by a bus, and I'm in the LLC as Michelle Donovan and not behind my trust, it's going to go through probate. So, if we owned a company and we're flipping houses and we're making a lot of money, once something happens to me, my interest goes through probate to my children or my husband. But you need to have a provision in there to state that. If you don't have that provision, then it's a whole nother can of worms, and we have to go to the statute for the state of Michigan, which I'm not going to do that today. My suggestion is always to be in a membership, interest with an LLC, if you do it with your trust, no probate. If you do it in another entity, you're probably still gonna go through probate, okay? So that's your takeaway. If you don't remember anything else today, remember, if I create an LLC and something happens to me, is it gonna go to my family? No, because I didn't put it in my trust, so it's gonna go through probate. Anything goes through probate.
But only if you fund the trust.
Well, you got lots of questions. I like that. So, no, you're right, because you would have to put it in the trust. We, as attorneys, we create trusts all the time, and then we tell the clients, here, go transfer your deed, to the trust, go to your bank accounts, nobody does it. Even though we write it all down for you, nobody does it. So you're right, you have a dry trust with nothing in it. The intent was there, and that's what you battle out in court. So, two things. If you create an LLC, and you have more than one member, find out how you're going to be in the LLC. I just did litigation with this sweet little old lady who had a automotive business. Husband passed away during COVID. She never ran the company, didn't know how to, whatever goes on happens over there. And it had to go through probate, and then we had to sell it. So just make sure that you are drafting with the advice of a lawyer. I would never suggest to pull things off Zoom, AI. AI for legal is a big chicken soup, vegetable soup mismatch. It all goes together. When people start giving me AI, it's a bunch of nonsense because it's not correct. Because it's only as good as the person typing it in, right? So don't pull things off the internet. Don't use boilerplate forms. Everybody's entity is different. Everything is specific. For example, when I'm drafting an LLC for one of my cannabis clients, I got to put in there about felonies, bankruptcies, and all that, but that's a general provision that you would also want to put in your own company as well, right? You asked me about bank accounts. So that's the creation of the LLC. When you go to open a bank account, you go online again to the IRS, you get an EIN number for your LLC, you go to the bank, usually with your articles, your EIN letter, and your operating agreement, right? Everybody's done that? Okay. Now, when you have a meeting, bless you, when you have a meeting with your other member, what do you do after the meeting?
Drink.
Well,
Record your meeting minutes.
if you're having a meeting about getting a loan to, kind of infuse some cash into the company, what do you do after that meeting?
I mean, we have the minutes recorded.
Okay, so, bless you. So, he has a secretary title secretary, who's coming into the meeting and recording the minutes, and then you're doing a corporate resolution that says, Joe Blow and I had a meeting on March 1st, 2026, and the resolution passed that a loan for X amount of dollars will be taken out in the name of LLC, right? And you put that in writing, and then here's the $1 million question. Where do you put it? These are all practical things that I hope you guys remember. Where do you put it after you wrote it down?
I mean, I just have a binder and I print it out. And
That's exactly right. It's exactly right. So old school, we would put them in corporate books. So you want to have a 3-ring binder, whether you want to have it online. I'm old school. I would always keep a 3-ring binder for my clients, and then I would give them an electronic copy. Before COVID, I would always make them a binder. Because you need that binder when you go to your taxes, when you want to get more funding. And if you want more investors, look like you know what you're doing. Like, we need to look at your books and records. And you're like, I don't have any books and records. Do you have any books and records? Who's got the books and records? So you want to make sure you have all your ducks in a row. The other thing is, if you created an operating agreement, Eric and I are 2 members in the operating agreement, but now we want to add Natasha. So we're going to have a meeting. We're going to do a corporate resolution. $1 million question. I know you're going to know all the answers. Are you a lawyer too?
No.
Okay. So here's my question. We want to put her in the company. What document do we draft to put her in? Does anybody know? Have any of you ever added a partner?
Is it a member purchase? Because you do a repurchase or redemption if you
You're
take
close. You're close. Have any of you ever added a partner to your business to invest? Like, I'm going to give you $10,000, but you're going to give me like 10% in your company. Anybody guys do that yet?
In a corporation I did, but not in an LLC.
Okay, well, you can do it in LLC too, but you gotta give up some of your, interest, right? Or maybe I'm just gonna give Eric's interest away. I'm gonna keep my interest, but I'm gonna give part of his to Natasha to bring her in, right? So you're gonna do an assignment of Eric's membership interest, whatever that percentage is. She's gonna pay for it through a purchase agreement, right? And the money is gonna come into the company. And the bonus question is, what do you do or change or edit after we brought in that third person when we only had 2 to start?
Operating agreement?
Who's that in?
The operating agreement.
Right, you're gonna, what do we call that? What's the legal term for that?
Addendum,
Wait, what'd you say?
addendum.
Well, amend. You're gonna amend. So we're all familiar with real estate, right? So we're gonna do an amendment, kind of like we would do, if we had a purchase agreement, we're doing an addendum. So we're gonna do an amendment to our operating agreement, but we're gonna put them in numerical order. So we're gonna say, First Amendment, March 1st, 2026. It goes in the corporate book. And then if we do another amendment, we add more people, or we change the terms of the LLC. Third Amendment, Fourth Amendment, you get the hang of this? The amendment only shows what you changed or what you added. You're not redrafting everything. Let me tell you a situation I came across. I am a volunteer member on a nonprofit company in my neighborhood. And somebody asked me to look at the bylaws. So I said, all right, I'll look at the bylaws. The company's been around, the nonprofit, probably been around for 60 years. So I said, where's the progression from when it was formed? And they said, oh, no, we just kept changing and editing it. So they literally had one document that everybody kept editing and changing. So there's no trail, right? How are you, what? Yeah, that was just mind-boggling. So we don't do that. We keep it as, here's the Bible, we had some amendments, we had some chapters, and then it all goes in your corporate book like this. So when Eric and I decide to sell the company totally and hand it off, now you have the books and records and you just sold a clean company. Does that make sense to everybody? Always make sure I tell everybody, if you didn't put it in writing, it didn't happen. Fair enough? All right. Anybody have any questions on that? LLC. Yes.
LLC operator agreement, that's all online, right?
No. So here's some fiction. The operating agreement is not online. Do not pull one off the internet because it has to be specific to Michigan law because you're in Michigan, right? Don't do legal Zoom, don't do AI because it doesn't put the provisions in there if something happens to your partner and your partner dies, right? Or maybe you want to make sure if they commit a crime, like do you want a felon to be your partner? Like if Eric is charged with embezzling, I don't want to be dealing, well maybe I don't know.
Totally private
But,
now.
right, so don't use AI, the internet, call a lawyer. If you got a question, call me, but don't, because you're going to put it in jeopardy. I do more litigation with people that try to do self-help, right? Well, I guess that's why I have lawyers, right? And so I like to educate, lay people to make sure that they're like, wait a minute, I think she said something, we got to put this in writing, or I need to do an amendment, I need to do a corporate resolution. So always make sure if you change something, you all met, your members met, you had a resolution, or it was passed. So what's your first name?
Alan?
Alan didn't do something without me, so Alan and I had a meeting, and then we amended it. So everything should go together, right? So you do a meeting, you do a resolution, you do an amendment, and you have a paper trail, and now you are a good company for investors to put money in because they know you know what you're doing, right? Everybody with me? Any questions on that? That is my free business hygiene 101. Am I done talking? Is that why you're there?
I don't know, ask them.
No. And then I'll just give you a little quick thing about real estate. You guys want me to go on or are we done? Or you're like, no, I'm done. You're done with all this nonsense. All right. You do have, I guess, is there a handout, Eric? They get all this little slideshow that I did? Okay. I'm not going to go through and read all these slides that you guys would be put to sleep or go get another drink or something. But this is just kind of an overview of what happens with certain type of real estate issues. Those of you that are investing, do you order a preliminary title commitment when you're looking? Yes? Yes, it's a good thing to do. We like to do that. You have title company buddies to look up the stuff for you, right? Because we're not examiners, we don't know how to retain a title, don't even go down that route. But rule of thumb, you find a property and you want to buy it, okay? And you reach out to the owner and you find out that it was joint tenants with rights to survivorship. First of all, does everybody know what that means? I know Alan probably knows, but I'm not going to ask him. I'm going to ask you, sir, what does that mean?
Oh my God, on the spot, joint
Yeah.
tenants without right of survivorship.
No, with.
With.
Yeah, what does that mean? You and I own the property together as joint tenants, right of survivorship, and then I die. What does that mean?
I mean, doesn't my interest transfer to you? Will your interest transfer to me?
Well, yeah, you get it 100%, but how do I transfer my interest?
Go through your family.
No? Who knows the answer to that? Joint tenants, right of survivorship. One person dies.
Well, isn't that in the deed?
Nope.
Operating,
I don't know.
Pardon?
the operating agreement?
No, we're just people. We're just two people. It's just Eric and I own the property. Joint tenants, rights to survivorship. One of us dies. How do I get rid of the person that died, their interest? What do I do?
Death certificate.
Yes. Yes, I know you know the answer. All right, so thank you. So you have to get a death certificate, and then you have to go record it in the county where the property is located. So probate is always opened where the person lived, not where the person died. So that's our tip for the day, right? All right, so Eric and I own a commercial building, joint tenants, rights to survivorship, which we would never do because we would never own it individually. That would be a big no-no, but we do for some dumb reason. And Eric gets hit by a bus, and I gotta go record his death certificate. I'm just gonna hang up.
I don't even go by bus. You have a horse or something? I own the bus.
You driving the bus?
So the point is, one of us is not here anymore. If it's joint tenants with rights to survivorship, it's an easy fix. I can still sell you the property, but the death certificate needs to record, and you gotta track it down. Sometimes, I don't know. We're not related. I don't know. He was in Italy when it happened. I don't know. But we have to find a death certificate. Okay, we have to record it. Then I can sell it 100%, no issues. The issue becomes Eric number 2 and I, we own a piece of property, just Eric and I, because we weren't that bright when we decided to buy a building, right? Bad thing to do. And Eric is no longer with us. So what happens in that situation? Anyone?
He's not with us, he's still alive.
No, he's not alive.
Oh, he died.
He died, I'm sorry.
But
Got it.
that would be.
Black widow.
Don't related. We had a business venture together, but we didn't create an operating agreement. We owned a rental, just him and I.
Oh, then that's.
So, yeah. So there's no joint tenants with rights to survivorship. I'll just add some language. Some crafty person decided to put a comma, joint tenants, after my name on the deed. What does that mean? When one of us died and I go to sell the property. Miss Carol, do you know the answer to this?
Yes, the property will go to the heirs.
The property's gonna go through probate. Nobody wants to go to probate, okay? So we go to probate when assets do not pass with a beneficiary or are not real estate held as joint tenants with rights to survivorship. So some people think that's helpful if you put joint tenants on a deed. In Michigan, that defaults to tenants in common. And tenants in common mean when one person dies in the real estate, the other half goes through probate. You cannot clear it with a death certificate, okay? So just remember that. You go through probate. If there's no joint tenants, rights to survivorship, that survivorship word needs to be on that deed. If it's not on the deed, you're on probate, okay? Did anybody ever have anything like that at any of their investments they did where they had a probate issue? No? You guys got, not even Wayne County? You guys got lucky? No? All right, okay, well that's good. Well, just make sure that if you do see that, that's gonna go through probate. Let's see.
Who should they call?
Ghostbusters.
The bus driver.
Bus driver.
He doesn't even have a job anymore. I'm not paying him.
I do a lot of probate issues. I know TJ's back there sticking in the doorway. Him and I have done these, but where you see a property you want to buy, you go up, you start engaging with the seller, and they're like, oh, this is my aunt's house and she died, and I don't know what to do with it. And you're like, you need to go to probate. So it's very easy. I'll speak forward through that. We file a probate. I get a petition in front of the judge to sell the property gets sold, you get your money, we go on your merry way. So, but you have to go to probate for that. In Macomb County, most of Oakland and Oakland, a personal representative on behalf of the estate cannot sell real estate without court approval. So just another nugget to throw back there. The other thing that I like to put out here is, remember, if it's not in writing, it didn't happen. A lot of questions I get. A purchase agreement is going to expire, like tomorrow, but you haven't closed yet. What do we do?
File extension.
Crickets.
File extension.
But what, I mean, I know this is like elementary, but what do we do? Like Eric and we're doing an addendum, and we're gonna extend that closing date, because if the contract expired and you didn't close, guess what? No contract, okay? Same if I decide as a seller that I don't want to sell to, let's say the buyer didn't meet the contingency. They didn't get their credit approved from the lender, they get the pre-approval, they got bad credit, they're never gonna close, seller doesn't want to deal with it, they don't want to do any other financing, land contract, whatnot. What do we do then? We're still under contract, it hasn't expired, but what do we do? Everybody decides they're not going to buy and sell the house. It's mutual.
Mutual release.
Yeah, but we're going to terminate our contract. We're going to terminate the contract, because the contract is the purchase agreement. So you're going to do a termination of the contract. The mutual release is neither party's going to sue each other. So you want to make sure that you grab all of that. Any questions on that? No? Everybody's doing all that? All right, I won't bore you with the rest of the stuff here. Oh, I'll give you a nugget on foreclosure. So, foreclosure. I did foreclosure law for a long time, and I was doing it back in 2008, which was a nightmare. So, how many weeks do you publish in the back of the legal news? Do you guys all read the legal news for foreclosures?
You got free copies out at the
90
bar.
days.
4 weeks. So 4 weeks. It's going to be published for 4 weeks. You go to sale in the 5th week. Certain counties do them on certain days, where you can show up. Friday's Macomb, right? Where you can show up and buy. Now, if you do buy it, how many of you ever bought a foreclosed home? Anybody? Okay. How do you know how to draft the designee affidavit?
Repeat again.
How did you know how to draft the designee affidavit? Do you know what that is?
No.
Did you record the sheriff's deed?
I mean, my title company does. I don't know anything.
Are you still in the redemption period, or is this old?
It's old.
Oh, okay, it's old. Dude in the black shirt who had a foreclosure, who's on his phone. How? That's okay.
My
I'm just
mom was
picking it.
texting me.
I hope you should. Okay.
She's watching online.
She sent me a
Is she
note.
okay?
I'm sorry.
Does she want to be a member in your company now? She
No,
wants to know how to get
no,
in? I'm just teasing you.
She texts long texts.
I got an 84-year-old mom that knows how to send, like,
Yeah. I'm
it's
sorry.
crazy. She's better than I am on the phone.
I heard the foreclosure part.
Okay.
No, honestly, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just like picking on you. How did you do the sheriff's deed affidavit, the designee? Because you were a third-party bidder, meaning you're not the bank
I
buying
had an
property.
attorney that ran the show.
Great answer, great answer. Because what happens is when you're a third party, you've got to record all these affidavits that have to get attached to your sheriff's deed. And if they're not attached, you don't record your sheriff's deed, it's going to be a problem. I'm not going to go into all that. But yeah, call your local attorney for any questions. I know you guys have been here for a long time. You've been sitting here. Does anybody have anything specific that they want to ask me? Now's your time.
Yeah, I'd like three questions. Oh, go first.
Yeah.
No, my body first.
What
Go
are,
ahead.
what are your thoughts on holding title in land trusts versus a personal trust? Like, aren't there
Give me an example. What do you mean?
land-specific trusts where I would be either the trustee and the beneficiary, or my entity would be the beneficiary? Does that happen in Michigan?
That is a phrase that other states use.
Yeah.
So are you coming from another
I came
state?
from Ohio, we would do land
Yeah,
trust.
so no,
Land trust here.
you would do like an LLC or you would just put it in the trust.
But
We don't have a specific, I know what you're saying.
revocable or non-revocable?
Right, it's just a trust. It depends. I know, I'm giving you the lawyer answer. It
Yeah.
depends. I got a situation right now where it shouldn't have been revocable, but it was revocable on a real estate deal. So it depends on what the settler is the one who creates the trust and what the intent is. Like, are they giving it to the beneficiaries as their grandchildren and they don't want, their children getting involved, so they want it irrevocable, or do they want it revocable? If they give it to their daughter and then she can do it for her kid. It just depends. But we don't have that specific terminology in here, right? It just depends on what the intent is to hold the property. We call it fee simple. How are you holding the property in an LLC, an entity, or individual? But you can hold real estate in a trust. Just a trust. We just say trust. Yeah.
Thanks.
Here's our fancy words right here. I'm just teasing. It just depends on the
Go back to
situation.
bullying,
No,
Gary.
I'm okay. Sir, you had a question.
Yeah, couple of questions. One, as you said, first question was like, I have all my property on my personal name.
Don't do that.
I know.
Right, we're all telling you no.
His car is gonna hit me.
Therapy session right now. We're like, no, don't do that.
Thanks for that one.
Are you married, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna leave your wife a big problem, so don't do that. And your children. So no, they're saying no, thank you.
You're answering everything wrong today.
Yeah, that's
Am I
okay.
married? No. Do I have any housing?
It's so easy. It's just like a day of work.
Gotta work on the line. Gotta work on the line.
It's
Or
okay.
it's a phone
It's
call to
okay.
the attorney.
Right, that's a phone call to your lawyer.
One day.
Cannot be put in the trust, all the property put it in the trust.
You can put it in a trust, you can put it in an LLC, it depends on what your estate planning is. Now, I want to say something about trust too. A trust doesn't mean something if you have millions of dollars. It's just a way to hold an asset. You can put a bank account in a trust. My friend over here said dry trust, right? So I might draft a trust, but then you don't go over to the bank and rename your bank account in the name of the trust. Or you don't do the deed to the trust. But you had a trust, you have a shell, you have an empty folder with nothing in it, right? It's just a way to hold things. I'm not the tax attorney. I don't even want to touch that, but it depends on what your tax liability is and how do you want to deal with that. Do you want to have an LLC and then you are taxed as an S corp? You get a K1 at the end of the year, pay yourself. A trust is something for your heirs after we are no longer here, right? Give you an example. My grandmother created a trust a long time ago. She'd be over 100 if she was alive today. Her real estate is still in the name of her trust in Fraser, right? So it's something that is there that you pass. But while you're alive, you can put things in it. But it benefits after your death. Does that make sense? But you never want to have anything in your name individually. But if you do, here's tip of the day. My insurance friend over there, right? Do you have an umbrella policy? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Right. So those of you that are investing and doing these types of things, make sure you talk to your insurance agent. There's one in the room here if you have questions. Sorry, putting her on the bus. But you want to have an umbrella policy, meaning that if you are ever sued or something ever happens, you've got extra coverage. Like I have one, I'm sure Eric has one. But if you have a company or a business, you don't want them to come after you personally. So you want to have extra. We always want coverage. We like coverage.
So when you say umbrella, I'm going to talk to John later.
Yeah, you got to talk to John. Yeah, John wants to sign everybody up for umbrella policies.
Put your houses in your company. Put your company in your trust. And get an umbrella policy anyway.
They cover it all.
There you go. You want to be insulated as much as possible. Alan, you have that, right? You got your umbrella policy? Right, yeah. You do what this guy's doing right here. Do what the new guy's doing, right? Because he's doing it right. Yes.
To further complicate, I've heard that for more protection with your LLCs, to also get, don't throw darts at me.
No, it's okay.
Wyoming LLC.
No,
That's
so
nonsense. You don't need to do all that.
this is a bunch of nonsense on the internet and all this kind of stuff. You pay taxes where you do business. All right, so everyone goes, oh, let's go incorporate in Delaware. You pay taxes in Michigan, so that's
Well,
not.
if you're a con artist, you go set up a Wyoming thing, basically.
Right. I mean, I got a client that came to me one time and he's like, my LLC's in Wyoming. I go, what for? Your business is here in Michigan. And he goes, well, somebody told me to do that. And I go, why? He couldn't answer me.
You still need a foreign filing.
If you're going to do business in another state, if you have an LLC in Indiana, now you're going to do business in Michigan, you need a foreign filing for your.
Wyoming or the Delaware.
Yes. So people like to tell me that all the time, and then I always say, go talk to your accountant because they will tell you you pay taxes where you do business, right? So if you do business in multiple states and you do business in Wyoming, sure.
I have a follow-up to that. So if you had a Wyoming LLC, you established that if you just stop paying it, it just dissolves, basically, right?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I'm glad you brought that up. Those of you that have LLCs in Michigan, every year you have to file what's called an annual report. My friend can check me over here. Annual report, and it's like $25. You have to file it every year. If you don't file it, eventually we call it by operational law. It's just dissolved because you're not in good standing.
Right.
So if you want to go get loan money, you got to pull off from the state of Michigan a certificate of good standing, and you won't be able to pull one if it says, you haven't filed your last 2 years of your annual statements. I don't know why they call it an annual statement. It makes no sense. You just sign it saying, yeah, we're still in effect. Yeah. But it will dissolve. Or you can dissolve it your own by filing the form that say, I dissolved my LLC. But again, that's for taxes. Yes.
How many years can assets stay in a trust after somebody passes?
However long you want to. My grandmother died almost 10 years ago. So it just depends. I mean, think about big families like the Ford family, automotive. I mean, those are like legacy trusts. They just go on and on. And what happens is when somebody dies, the trust usually has a provision to set up another trust for like the youngest person, for like a grandchild. And then when that person dies, they set up another trust. So it's kind of like a rolling pyramid. And that's, why we say trust fund kids. That's where that comes from. Yes, sir.
Got a question on the trust. Don't they only last 25 years until they're done?
No, I was just answering his question.
Yeah,
so
you have to roll it over, though. You have to refile it.
Well, you're not filing anything. You don't. Your trust is not public record, so you don't file it anywhere. Your trust is your estate planning. Your attorney might have a copy of it, but you don't send it, file it, give it to the register of deeds. You don't do any of that. No. It can go on in perpetuity if you want. It just depends on how you set that up. It depends on how you set it up. I mean, yeah, you could say it ends when my child turns 25.
I just say the trust only lasts 25 years.
No, it depends on what the trust language says. Again, the trusts are not things, don't mess around with that stuff, pulling things off the internet and whatnot, because they have to comply with Michigan law, and they're all different. Like my grandmother's keeps going, but I've seen them where they end when the youngest turns 25 and the funds get distributed. If there's no more money in the trust, then it's not funded anymore. You might need to dissolve it anyways. Like it's not going to last. Yes.
So there's no uncapping of property taxes if it stays in the trust?
There should not be, but I did fight with the city of Fraser on this. So technically no, because you can show it's family. So I had a little tiff with the city of Fraser on that when my grandmother died, because they said, well, she died and she's not living in the house anymore. And I said, well, her son still does, and he's lived here forever. And we had a little toe-to-toe, and it's fine. So technically, no, because it's between family members.
But they do it all the time.
They do it all the time, but you got to go in there and, assert yourself and
what about
fix it.
Commercial real estate?
That's different. That's not. That's not my primary residence where I'm living, which takes precedence over the commercial.
Trust, and it doesn't leave the trust, is it?
If it doesn't leave the trust and you're not transferring, yeah, if you're not transferring to a new entity, then you're okay.
You are transferring ownership, is what you're saying.
No, you're not.
Even if you're leaving it in the trust, you're not transferring ownership of the building with the city at all?
Right.
I'm asking you.
No, I'm saying that if it didn't leave,
Isn't there an exemption for it?
There is.
Commercial real estate, if it changes ownership, whether it's family or not, it's not capping. So I'm asking if it's in the trust, if it stays in the trust, if my dad owned a piece of commercial real estate and it stays in there, there's no uncapping.
Right. The interest didn't change, but it depends on the real estate. I'm not sure if I'd want to keep commercial property in a trust. So that's first thing. But if it's in the trust, leave it in the trust. and don't transfer it. Because what form do you have to file when you transfer real estate with the local municipality? You gotta file 2 forms if it's real estate. You file a homestead form, right? What's the other form you have to file that if you don't file within 90 days, you get a fine? $250 or whatever, it's something stupid. I know you know the answer. Property transfer affidavit. When you file that property transfer affidavit, that's what triggers that uncapping. And there are exemptions, sir, Mr. Indiana, you asked me. So there are exemptions to that when you file your property transfer affidavit, right? You can say, and there's exemptions you can put on a conveyance if it's between real estate, related entities, people. So you can put an exemption right on your deed. It's a state statute.
And you wouldn't pull it out of that company anyways. If the real estate was in the company, and the company was in the trust, the city would have no reason to uncap it, because they would never know.
But you're dealing with the city, and then sometimes you just gotta go down there and be like, sometimes I say, can I just talk to the city attorney, you know, and we can figure this out, and it gets resolved. So you just have to know the lingo to get around that. Any other questions? This is your last time for free advice.
Yeah, one question. You mentioned
Yes.
that you're doing a lot of probate courts cases for
Yes.
residential. So do you also get a lot of probate court residential that you sell?
I personally don't, but I have other clients that, like, their shtick is, I don't know if they read obituaries or death notices, I'm not sure how they get the marketing that they do, but like their area is to find those properties that are owned by someone that passed away, and then those have to go through probate, yeah.
And that's what I didn't know how to get.
You don't know how to find those?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question.
He wants money every time he comes here. He wants the best
He wants
deals.
free advice, I
He
got
wants
it.
all the secrets where the treasure's buried.
Read the local obituaries online by the funeral home in the county or city where you want to buy property.
You can read
where
the
you
legal
have
news.
suggestion. Yeah, read
Right
the
on the
legal
corner.
news.
So take a
Yeah.
copy of the legal news we have.
Yeah, because they do put notices in there when they can't find people. Oh, and I'm gonna leave you with a bonus tip. You probably know the answer. You guy knows the answer to this. This is something anybody can use. You can use it for your friends, family. This is a good party trick. You can bring this out whenever you want. Does anybody know what the Michigan Unclaimed Funds Department is?
What is it?
Yeah. So if everybody can check their names. It's money goes, it's a fancy legal word, it's called escheat, like cheat, but with an E in front of it. And it goes to the state of Michigan, and that is tax return checks that were never cashed, dividends from Ford stock, all kinds of stuff. Goes to the state of Michigan, and it sits there forever. I had a cousin whose grandfather passed away on the other side, not related to me, I'm related on the other side, $300,000 at the state of Michigan.
Wow.
What was that second?
$300,000. Michigan Unclaimed Property, just Google it. It's a free site, it's connected to the Michigan Department of Treasury. Everybody can Google their names, their mother's names, their dad's names, siblings. You might have some money there.
They'll send you a check.
Yeah, they'll send you a check. You fill out a form. Have you done this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got like $700.
Well, it's better than a big kick in the pants, right?
Yeah, it was cool.
I mean, $700, right?
Yeah.
So, but my cousins got $300,000. Why did they get that? Because his grandparents were hoarders in the city of Mount Clemens, and checks were falling out of books when they were going through the house and cleaning it. They were never cashed, and they worked for Ford. So a lot of money came through. But that's my free advice. It has nothing to do with this. But if you want to go find some money, you might have some.
Did they have to pay capital gains on that or no?
No, because it was through probate. So money that you get through probate, no, there's no capital gains on that. Unless it's like $2 million or something, and it didn't meet that threshold.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
That's a good.
One more. Got one more question?
No, I said
Are
that's
you
a
sure?
good thing.
I know.
I like free money.
Like I said, man.
They like free stuff. Okay. Well, if you don't remember anything, remember that. But I think my contact information is somewhere. If you guys want it, you can email, text me if you have questions. But let me know if I can help you in any way, or if you have more questions, happy to help you out.
Hey, why don't you post that on the unclaimed property thing on the Macomb Insiders Facebook group?
I was going to ask if you have a card or something for her contact.
She has cards right in this window, right around the corner here, on the left-hand side where a bunch of other cards are. Michelle's card is there as well.
You can text me too. A long time ago, I worked for a firm and we were like, no texting. But now I'm on my own and I can do text. I don't work with 800 lawyers anymore.
What day can they find you here? What days are you here?
I'm usually here on a Friday and I have to Jimmy for a spot, but you can always text me. Everybody's taking up my spots. Yeah, so feel free to call or text me. I'll answer if I'm around. Don't worry about the time. It can be after 5, doesn't matter. Okay? I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you took away some useful information and just trying to give you some tips to go out there and make some money.
Very good job.
Thank you, Michelle. Now, if anybody actually gets any damn money, make sure you respond online, okay?
Yes.
We want to know who the big winner is. I looked this up probably a decade ago, so I haven't checked it in that long. My grandfather had oil wells, and my father had $239 from Sprint, that's what it was. So, whatever. You gotta do it in every state.
Like if somebody
It's a
died in
secret.
Indiana, you gotta do Indiana. Like you've gotta go to your own state's treasury. It's not like a depository for everybody.
You leaving us?
Well, I just went over here.
Oh,
She's right next to you.
I
We
know.
have more questions.
You know the most important guy here is. Everybody does. All right, where are we at, guys? We are at $27,500 for this beautiful home on Hamburg, FYI. So if you're going to be bidding on it, what time is it? It's 8:21. You got an hour and 40 minutes. Hour and 39 minutes. Fine? Are you going to show the rest of the pictures? Go ahead.
Eric, you said.
Yeah. Check the
This is
pictures,
like
huh?
we came to know just now that you have this option.
Yeah.
How we can find out?
So we're gonna do it ahead of time moving forward, okay? But we're not gonna, the house will be here, we'll show the pictures ahead of time. It's just gonna get better and better and better. But we're gonna do it every time. If we have a huge demand, we're selling things all the time. And you guys wanna put a property up here, you're more than welcome to do that as well. But it has to be a very low reserve. I mean, we want people to bid on it, we want the houses to sell. And we're not doing reserves on them, it's just the bid price. Everybody hear that? There's no reserves on anything. We're doing this bid. And I think this one's completely cleaned out now, by the way, guys. So none of this stuff is even in there. It's all the way down the studs.
Yeah, it was a fun house to walk through.
What's the street address you said?
It's on Hamburg.
East side, west side?
It is, it's east side, it is 1195 Hamburg. It is,
It looks good.
it's a half a block. It's a half a block away from Gratiot.
How far down?
I believe it's just north of McDickie.
Oh, 6 miles only then, that's Hamburg.
We're gonna allow you guys to put your own furnace in there. Alright, but 27.5 guys, where it's at right now, okay? Alright, let's go, we'll check it a little bit later. Here's Michelle's contact information if anybody wants it. Get it up. All right, if you guys enjoyed the presentation and enjoyed the wine, please give us a 5-star Google review.
1 second.
Scan. Hey, James, we're doing Google reviews if you want to come do one.
That's only 5. I can't.
Do that one for your,
Why does it show you're in Livonia on Google?
oh, it might be, we have 3 locations. We cycled through Livonia, Detroit, and obviously this one.
to build up Livonia air close probably.
Yeah, Livonia's new, guys. So, they need more Google reviews than
All you
Mount
gotta do is copy paste them and put it on all three.
Yeah, you can do all 3 of them.
That's what I
if you
did.
want.
I personally copied and pasted, put all 3 locations.
Mount Clemens is better than Livonia, but we're going to give them both 5 stars.
The wine was worth the
It
copy
doesn't
and
show
paste.
me, it just shows 5. How to give it?
Well, I mean, there can be wine at Livonia if you take it there. So, yeah, we do have a bar cart there. My bar cart's there. So you didn't know that, did you? You didn't go. All right, everybody got it?
No.
Mason, did you give us a review? Oh, you know what? You kicked out the family. Whoa. Nobody buy any raffle tickets from that kid. My daughter will show up later. Go. All right, guys, as you know, the Southeast Michigan Chamber of Commerce supports us. We are their investor meeting for houses. So we also like to mention whatever other meetings that they have, and they are doing their next one on September 15th. 9:24 is their luncheon meeting at Zuccaro's. Anybody who wants to be a guest of the Monzo Group, we have a table. We are a corporate sponsor for them. You're more than welcome to sit at our table, get a free meal, talk to some local politicians as well as business owners, and we also have a table set up there too, where you can spin the spin the wheel and win Carol prizes, okay? And then we also on 9/26, Macomb St. Clair Mega Cruise of Chesterfield. And they will have a booth at the Kohl's location as well. Okay? So, check out your Southeast Michigan Chamber events, 6 chambers in 1. Go.
Now, till the morning.
Vendor minute. You want to start, buddy?
I figured I'd go first.
Yeah.
You're not first, you're last.
You don't have your shirt on, so you don't lack your confidence.
Well, I got
you don't have that red shirt on.
So my name's David. I'm with ACS Roofing. We do all roofing, siding, gutters, windows. We offer financing, in-house financing. We finance assessments for anyone who lives in a condo. Also, I know a lot of you guys are seeing us grow. That doesn't mean I can't keep my prices competitive. I handle all the investment stuff. Eric actually put me in a headlock and said, you gotta find a way to keep these prices down and help my investors. So I actually came up with a plan. All my jobs, when there's a little bit left in nails or the paper, the ice, I've been going there and putting them to the side just to keep your guys' prices down and keep you guys happy. So feel free to reach out to me. It doesn't hurt to send me an address for a quote. Thank you. My name is David, ACS Roofing.
There's David. All right, who else is next? Spend a minute. Justin, you want some? Anybody? Go, speak up, bro. Let's go.
All right. You first. All right. My name's Alan Robeson. This is my first time here. I run, alongside being an investor, I run a property management company, myself and a business partner. We have quite a few assets under management, but are always looking to offer our services to other investors. So let me know if you need any advice. And I also need to talk to some other vendors here, like the window guy, because we need new vendors. Thank you.
What number?
Park management card. Yep. I'll leave some here.
That's right. Thank you. That makes everybody feel good. Okay, that's right. Next, go ahead. He's right there. It's fine. Right there.
I mean, I don't know. You pulled it away
It's not a
from me.
specific order. He like gave it and he took the power away.
I know.
Hi guys, my name is Sean Gorsegan. I'm also an attorney. I specialize in like investor services, whether it's evictions or dealing with title, different things like that. Most of my clients are investors and property management companies. So anytime you need anything, feel free to reach out to me. I never charge my clients to talk to them, so I'm here for you. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi guys, right here, Sean is one of our in-house attorneys, as well as obviously Michelle, both of them are. Okay guys, who else we got? Sure, Dave, you know you want it.
No, I don't.
You don't want it? Power, no. Go.
Dave, Builders Appliance Service, doing all major appliance repairs. I've done a lot of work for a lot of the agents. I'm preferred vendor of the Monzo Group for appliance repair. I do a lot of property management companies, investors, things like that. So, and like Dave, the roofer, he tries to work with the investors. I do as well. So, any repairs, I do take $25 off the labor. Try to work with you. So, if I can get, help you out, give me a holler.
Dave. Do you want to do the vendor minute? Do you want to do the vendor minute? Come on, Dave.
Go ahead.
Come on, Dave. Come on, Dave.
We have a lot of vendors. But
Hey, can we get a round of applause for Dave?
Come on, Dave.
Come on, Dave. Come on, Dave.
Nervous. He owns a bunch of dog burgers, so whatever. All right, who else we got? Do you want to make Mike?
Hey everybody, I am Joe, this is Matt, this is Sean, we're on the top left, Michigan Mortgage Pro. Want to let you know that we are the preferred lender of the Monzo Group as well, thank you Colin for pointing. We do primary, secondary investments, fix and flip, DPA, commercial, ground up construction, hard money, basically all the things that other lenders can't do, we're doing. So we're going to be out mingling, have any questions, any scenarios, run through us, and we don't work here traditional hours either. A lot of people 9 to 5. We're post 5, 11 o'clock at night, weekends. Like we're here for y'all, so we appreciate you. Thanks.
We're a business.
Hey, how about your laundry?
My laundry? This guy does the laundry at the house.
Okay. I wonder how long you leave your shirts in the dryer.
I hang dry.
Asking for a friend.
I hang dry.
Who else we got? Who else we got?
I got it.
Right, John.
Hey guys, John Van Loon here, Goosehead Insurance Agency. So, good night to talk about your liability insurance on your investment properties. I see it often where, very frankly, people don't have enough, right? We've got umbrellas on top of that. You have to qualify for an umbrella. There's some things that go into place. Your underlying policies have to be right. You have to have the right record, that sort of thing. But generally speaking, relatively inexpensive liability protection. Shit happens all the time. You can't protect it. I saw a $110,000 dog bite claim today from that standpoint. So that's why you got to have your liability insurance right and make sure it's right for you. So give me a call if you need help. Thank you.
My business is.
Justin doesn't want your business.
No. I just got involved.
People underneath him.
I just got involved in fixing books. But my main business is numismatics, which is probably a word that many people don't know. But it's involved in precious metals, gold, silver, coins. I'm an expert. I claim that I'm an expert, actually, I guess, with gemstones and stuff like that. Like I said, I just start.
If you want to buy gold, if you want to buy silver, you want to buy gemstones, talk to Justin. He steals some of my money every now and then.
Yeah.
Says it's real. I promise, Eric. I'm like, okay, all right. ROI title. If you guys aren't using them, you need help with title. You got any problems? Let us know. HDX Home Inspectors and Preferred Moving and Storage is our moving company for the Monzo Group as well. Anybody else got anything else? They're holding back? Nobody? Okay, guys. Enjoy yourself. Grab some more glasses of wine or whatever. Okay. So, John.